Hello music lovers, this is the iBasso DX320. This is the latest and most interesting music player at this point in 2022. It has two IEM DACs, part of their music or Muse IC integrated circuit series. It is a flagship level DAP or digital audio player, and it comes with Mango's music mode and music app player or Mango player. To be honest, before receiving it, I didn't know what to believe. The company increased the price of their DX300 series by $400 and they created this. And then I wanted to review it. I knew that I had to review it. Ever since receiving it, I have not used any other DAP that I have, and I have a pretty rich collection of music players, but nothing can come quite close to the DX320. I don't know if it is the DACs or the new AMP11 Mark IIs that gives it this sound, but let's dive into the abilities and to the design of this DAC. As you can see, I'm using it with the silicone case. This is not part of the original package, but the silicone case came with AMP13. It does take a bit of effort to remove the silicone case, and this is how the player looks like naked. It is even more beautiful in person. I have the black version. It has a volume wheel and 3 buttons here. You can use the buttons even when the display is turned off. You can use them for forward, play and pause, and backward. The volume wheel doubles as the on-off button or the on-off switch. When you press it, it turns on and it turns off. You need to find the sweet spot when pressing on the volume button. There is one micro SD slot on the other side, on the left side, and at the top we have the USB-C input/output because it can also power USB DACs, and we have the coaxial output. At the bottom we have the modular AMPs. This is the AMP11 Mark IIs, and it has one 4.4mm balanced output, it has one 2.5mm balanced output, and it has one 3.5mm single-ended output. We do have this little stripe here, which is a little holy hole, which allows you to see the new tubes as they glow when you use the AMP13. It is designed to be paired both with the AMP11 Mark IIs and the AMP13. You could call me crazy all you want, but if I had to pick just one DAP to live with, the iBasso DX320 would be it. It is so amazing in the sonics that even if it has some bugs still remaining because the firmware is quite in its early stages, it is just perfect in the sound. You have a pretty usual Android install on it. You can install any app you want from the APK Pure market, or you can use your own APK files. It doesn't have Google Play because Google Play is banned in China, but you could get around that if you like to struggle a bit with Android and with installing apps. I would really suggest trying the Mango app for playing music. It is perfect and it has a rich set of features. Plus, it is the app that is most optimized for it. It will work with Tidal, with Qobuz, and with pretty much every other streaming app. It has Wi-Fi and it has Bluetooth. The Bluetooth can be used for both sending signal to a Bluetooth EM, and it can be used for using this as a Bluetooth DAC, just like Fiobi Tier 5. The Wi-Fi has a very reliable and very quick connection. It uses 4 antennas in total, 2 or 2, which means 2 for sending signals and 2 for receiving signals. It is pretty much the fastest DAP when it comes to its Wi-Fi signal, so you should have no trouble quickly loading any song you want from Tidal or from your favorite streaming app. There are 2 batteries inside the DX320, one digital and one analog. The digital one is much larger, 4000 mAh, while the analog one has 2000 mAh. This being said, the digital one depletes faster, and while I have full battery on the analog one, I have just 80% on the digital one, to give you some idea of what the depletion rate is like. It takes about 2 hours and a half to fully charge the iBasso DX320, and this is using a quick charger. It is compatible with both Quick Charge 3.0 and PD 3.0. Both my girlfriend's Huawei P30 Pro charger worked with it to give it quick charge, and my Xiaomi Black Shark 4 76 watts charger worked to give it quick charge. This being said, neither of them is providing that amount of power, so it has a slower charge but still quick. The battery life lasted me about 10 hours and I'm already on a pretty high charge cycle, so I tried to format the battery. So you should be able to get between 8 and 10 hours depending on your file type and volume of listening. I tend to listen quite loud with it, about 50 to 55 out of 73, and I tend to listen to FLAC files only. I don't really use high resolution or DSD files on a portable because the space is limited and I want to have a more versatile collection rather than having the utmost quality while on the go. I used it on the go while taking trips around Bucharest and while having my nightly walks. The Mango app allows for both equalization, folder through playing, gearless playback. It offers for a true shuffle algorithm, and you can do a few other nifty stuffs that I will present or have presented in the full written review. Please check the full written review for detailed information. The sound. I really want to talk with you about the sound of the DX320. I'm already having emotions about this. The sound of this is so awesome. It has an impactful bass that really outlines every single instrument. It has such a controlled yet deep and impactful bass that it would scare you. It has an amazing amount of bass, and it is not colored in the presentation. It just allows and powers IEMs and headphones better than most of the competition. For example, even something like the Lotopo 6000 has a good bass and it has a lot of bass, but it tends to have a more soft presentation to each bass impact, while the DX320 has a harder impact to each bass hit. It is better in the bass than even the DX300, which I reviewed in the past both in video and in writing, but the new DX320 is even better with the bass. It has such a strong outline, such a good extension in the sub-bass and such a good control over the bass. There is never a single trace of distortion. Everything is clear, everything just sounds natural. It sounds as it should be. The bass has a natural speed. It doesn't have a very quick or a very slow speed. It is just natural and everything is delightful. It has an outstanding detail and resolution, and the thing that really surprised me was the dynamic. Usually most DAPs sound more or less the same, even flagships. For example, there is less of a difference between the DX300 and SA180 from Astel & Kern and CP2000T also from Astel & Kern than there is between all of those three and the DX320. This one has a very specific, unique sound. Everything played to the DX320 is much more dynamic than on the other DAPs. It just has a better overall dynamic, a better overall control of resolution, and a better overall impact. Everything just pops at you, everything just comes at you. It is a very in-your-face presentation. It is a very forward presentation. It really reminds me of going to a concert as a kid. It really reminds me of that feeling you get when you sit in the first row of a concert. It really gives you that feeling, that raw, emotional, impactful feeling. It makes you feel there with the music. It really gives you the feeling that you are there where the music is happening. It gives you the feeling that you are part of the music. And it is so engaging that it made me listen only to it. I really enjoyed the signature and I really want to keep listening to it. It gives you very revealing presentation with a ton of detail, and it has a pretty sparkly, pretty airy treble. But as some people have pointed out already, it's not the treble that is bright. It is more like it allows the treble to shine through. This is how I would describe it. It's like every single player has a good treble extension. None of them really roll off, but some of them have a softer presentation or have a softer impact, while the DX320 has a very clear and very strong impact, all while having a very smooth texture to it. So it is never fatiguing, it is never harsh, and it is never too much. You never feel like I should stop listening to this. You always go like, I want to listen to another song and another song and another song. I can't tell you how many nights I stayed up until 5 AM just listening to it and being delighted by it. And this is the point of this hobby. I want to help you discover stuff that will delight you, stuff that will keep you awake at night just to listen some more music. Like when you were young, like when you were in your 20s and went to concerts. This is what it should be doing. This is how I see a flagship music player, something that really brings that sparkle and that joy that is in music to you. I hope that I also brought some sparkles and some joy to you with my video. I hope you are finding my videos enjoyable. I hope you'll consider subscribing to Audiophile Heaven if you haven't already. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed the content. I hope you will check out other videos as well, and I really hope that this will bring as much happiness and joy to you as it has brought to me. I think it is a very nice music player. I don't think it is perfect, but there is nothing perfect in this world. I will be analyzing the full extent of this software, the hardware, and using it in my full written review, and I hope that if you decide to go for it, first, you will be using the links in the video description, please do, and second, you will have the time of your life. Promise me that you'll have fun. If you don't have fun, just don't keep it. I want you to have fun. This is the point. Please have fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope we'll see each other really soon.